أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه الفائزين برضا الله ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. May peace and blessings from Almighty Allah be bestowed upon you. In the present world, Islam has unfortunately become synonymous with terrorism and Muslims with terrorists. The image of a Muslim among the non-Muslims, especially among many Westerners, is that of a turban-clad, long-bearded person holding AK-47 or a grenade in one hand and the Quran in the other, perhaps with also a bell bomb tied to his waist. They believe that Islam promotes terrorism and extremism. They believe that Islam as a whole breeds violence and promotes hatred towards non-Muslims. Unfortunately, we cannot cast the entire blame on them for this misconception about Islam. Because even though the fact is that 99.99% of Muslims are not terrorists, it's equally true and immensely painful that vast majority of terrorists bear a Muslim name. The men who took the children in Beslan as hostages had Muslim names. Most of the hijackers and terrorists which appear in the media bear Muslim names. The majority of the suicide bombers who detonate themselves killing innocents in schools, buildings, public places, public transport, and places of worship all over the world have Muslim names. Taking into account this dismal record and horrible achievement, how can we Muslims blame non-Muslims if they entertain misconceptions about our religion, our culture, and our community? The main reason why certain Muslims resort to extremism and terrorism is the atrocities and injustice committed against Muslims in many parts of the world, such as Palestine, Iraq, Chechnya, etc. But that is not a justification for resorting to terrorism and extremism. A Muslim cannot behave like others because Islam clearly directs Muslims what to do and what not to do. If a non-Muslim rapes a Muslim woman, can a Muslim retaliate by raping a non-Muslim? The answer is no, because Islam prohibits such acts. Similarly, Islam clearly prohibits killing innocent people. If this is what Islam teaches its followers, how can we justify the killing of innocent people by terrorists merely because they happen to live in countries governed by rulers who perpetuate crimes on innocent Muslims? We cannot accept those who abduct journalists, those who murder civilians, those who plant bombs in public places and supermarkets, and those who kidnap women and children as Muslims. We cannot consider them to be related to us in any manner. They are the people who have maligned Islam and tarnished its image. We have to acknowledge the fact that a few so-called Muslim leaders and organizations with ulterior motives have been instigating youngsters to commit these heinous crimes. We cannot redeem our extremist youths unless we are able to make them aware that they have been indoctrinated and misguided by the ideals and ideologies totally alien to Islam by the leaders and outfits using distorted interpretations of the verses of the Quran taken out of context.